At least 229 people are believed to have died from 2 landslides in southern Ethiopia. The landslides occurred on Sunday evening and Monday morning after heavy rains in a remote mountainous area. A local official said that rain was hampering rescue operations and that the search for survivors was continuing vigorously. Well, let's speak to our correspondent in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, Kalkadan Yebetal. Kalkadan, in terms of the death toll, it is rising fast. So what are the authorities saying?
Yes, it's indeed rising fast, and initially the first figures that came out today around the morning was around 55. Later it grew into 146, and now the latest figures that we have is 229 people that are confirmed to have died. And now these are the bodies that have been retrieved from the mud by the local search and rescue missions. As you said, these search and rescue efforts are currently underway, and they're being hampered by the topography of the area, as well as heavy rain that's happening. And these are two separate landslides. The first one happened on Monday, and it was a rather relatively smaller one, and many people from around the area, including members of the local community, the members of the police force, and including others, including teachers, were gathered there to rescue people who were trapped in the mud. And as it turns out, on the next day, another landslide occurred, and then more people are believed to have died. So this figure is increasing, and we understand the efforts are still underway, and then the local people are desperate for more support to come for them to try in their efforts to try to find people alive, and even to retrieve bodies that are buried in the mud.
Yes, exactly. On that point, we were seeing pictures of frantic rescue efforts, but a lot of that work being done by hand. Has any heavy lifting equipment been able to get to these areas given the difficulties?
So far, that doesn't happen. That's our understanding. And speaking to local authorities as well as the residents there, what they told us is all the efforts so far have been manual. They were trying to dig the mud using handheld tools. And that's not going to be very effective and efficient in their run against time. So they are calling for more support, and it seems that the government and other aid agencies are trying to galvanize and mobilize efforts. So we will have to wait and see how things are going to turn up in the coming hours and even days. But so far, what they're struggling with is using their handheld materials, handheld tools, and using their own manual labor by digging the areas there.
Kalkadan Yebetal there in Addis Ababa. Thank you for that update. Thank you.
Multiple landslides triggered by torrential rains in southern India have killed at least 93 people. Officials fear that there are many more who may be trapped beneath the rubble and debris. The landslides hit hilly villages on India's tropical Malabar coast, destroying many houses and a bridge. But authorities have yet to determine the full scope of the disaster.
The situation continues to remain very grave. The last time we got a confirmation from the hospitals, we have about 70 plus dead bodies that have reached our hospitals, and so steps are being taken for the inquest and post-mortem. But we have news that there are more people missing, and the casualty number may go up.
Well, at least 2,000 people have been buried under a massive landslide that swept through Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, the disaster wiping out many buildings, including houses, schools, and hotels. Good Day's Robert Moses, he is tracking this and has the latest on the destruction, also rescue efforts as well. Robert.
Tashani and Dan, Papua New Guinea is a country of more than 10 million people located north of Australia in the southwestern Pacific. This morning, a village is reeling as thousands are displaced and thousands more dead.
Everyone were fast asleep, not knowing that anything could take place, and they were fast asleep, and all of a sudden natural catastrophe took place.
A landslide in a mountainous area of the South Pacific nation of Papua New Guinea early Friday morning has buried more than 2,000 people alive, according to the government. That new estimate is more than triple a United Nations estimate of 670. Mud-caked locals have used spades to dig for the buried. So far, the remains of only 6 people have been found.
There's an elementary school that's buried, fully buried. We have houses, buses, vehicles, hotels, guest houses. Let's say more than about 50 stores, mothers, projects, all gone, all vanished.
The earth continued to give way over the weekend.
Eyewitnesses captured the chilling moments as the passenger jet spun uncontrollably before crashing into a residential area, falling onto the roof of a house and landing in the yard northwest of Sao Paulo. Terrified, I jumped over the wall, said this eyewitness. The plane, with 62 people on board, plummeted behind a cluster of trees and houses, creating a huge plume of black smoke. Brazilian officials say no one survived, and remarkably, only one home in a local condominium complex was damaged. None of the residents there were hurt.
This is the worst case for a crash, right? You have an airplane literally dropping out the sky over a highly populated area. So that flight condition the aircraft is in is unrecoverable.
This Canadian aircraft certification specialist says online flight radar data shows the plane descended at 20,000 feet per minute.
It looks like a total engine failure, loss of thrust that would cause that.
How common or rare is this type of incident?
Oh, I would say it's quite rare.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I would like to thank all those that subscribe to my channel, the new and the old subscriber. Thank you for sharing my video. Thank you, thank you. So I have this prophecy, and this is for, actually it's for the old world. Okay, so this one I'm gonna talk in code because I don't, because of YouTube algorithm, I don't want to be censored or banned. So certain things I cannot say out loud. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I'll try and make it as plain as possible, okay? Alright, so this one is said, the Most High said, lots of fire and burning unalive right around the world. So lots of fire, houses will caught on fire, wildfire. So that's what it said. And people are gonna be unalive in the fire too. Small earthquake is going to shake for 3 to 5 minutes, not seconds. This earthquake is going to shake for a very long time. So normally earthquake shake for a couple of seconds, right? But this one is going to be a very long one. I think something we probably something we haven't experienced before. Okay, more flooding is coming. We are going to have one behind another. So one flooding here, and then another there, and then another. So it's going to be flooding continually. Powerful landslide will happen in the south. So sometimes, like the Most I will say, there's going to be say a landslide. We will tell the country, and sometimes we will say the southwest. So southwest, it can be in any country. So in that country, it's going to happen in the southwest, okay? Or we'll say the northeast, or said the west. So sometimes it's specific where it's going to happen, and sometimes we'll tell you it's going to happen here or there. So there's going to be a landslide happen in the south. So wherever it happened in that country, it's going to be in the south of that country. Okay, passenger plane is going down in the northwest. So this passenger plane is going to go down in the northwest. So in that country that is going to happen, it's going to happen in the northwest of that country. More airline will be staggered in the air. Hope you guys understand that. I don't want to say too much, so hope you guys understand that. More airline will stagger in the air. Stagger, near miss, not down, but like shaking a near miss. So Okay.